Today I'm going to show you how to make this easy fat quarter infinity scarf. So welcome to 5-Minute Fat Quarters. This is a series where I teach you some fun and fabulous fat quarter makes in 5 minutes or less. So without further ado, let's get on with this week's fat quarter make. For this project, you will need 4 fat quarters, either contrasting patterns or similar patterns or whatever you want to work with. You will need some clips or pins, and you will need some thread and a sewing machine. Then you need to work out what order you want your fat quarters to go in. So just pre-think about what patterns will look nice next to each other. So just choose your first 2 fat quarters that you want to be next to each other and lay them down one on top of the other, right side together. Okay, so the right sides of the material are going to be in the middle. The wrong side of the material is going to be facing upwards towards you. You then need to pin and sew along the longest edge just with a simple straight stitch. So we're just joining these 2 fat quarters together along one seam. So we now have 2 fat quarters that we have sewn together, and we're going to do exactly the same thing for the next 2. So grab your next fat quarter, you're going to do the same as what you previously did. You're going to lay the fat quarter on top. You're going to lay them so that they are right side of material together, wrong side of material facing you. You're going to pin them and again sew along that edge. So just repeat that process one more time with your final fat quarter, and now we should have all 4 of your fat quarters sewn together in one long line. So with the material facing upwards towards you, you're going to fold your material in half so that the unstitched or the individual ends are together. You're then going to clip this end together completely all the way down the material, and then you're going to stitch across the bottom to secure it all into place. So one really long running stitch from one end to the other. Don't forget to start and finish with a couple of back stitches to secure it really tightly. So that should essentially leave us with a tube of material. Now this sounds a lot more complicated than it is. I'm going to try and describe it, but what you're going to do is you're going to push your arm through the tube of material from one end, okay? And then you're going to grab the other end of the material when you get to the other side, and you're going to pull it through on itself. So just kind of watch what's going on here. I hope it's easy enough to understand. You're going to pull it out just enough so that you can match both of the ends of the fabric together. Now just pay attention to your seam lines here and make sure your seam lines match up. Pull the material through straight. Do not twist the material as you're pulling it, otherwise it won't match up. Then you're going to pin or clip round those 2 edges to clip them into place, so that we can then go around and do a straight stitch all the way around that outer edge. Make sure you leave a little bit of a gap so that we can turn the whole thing the right way around. So this is really important. Once you've sewn those 2 edges together, use that gap that you left to turn the material the right way around. Once your scarf is now the right way around, we're just going to stitch up that hole that is left. So just really carefully and neatly tuck in the ends, and you're going to pin it and do a top stitch across the top. Again, make sure it's really neat and really tidy, as you will see this. And your infinity scarf is now finished. This looks really cool. It's really easy, like super easy. This is definitely a beginner's sewing project. It is obviously quite long because the idea is you twist it and just wrap it around on itself so that it gives you 2 layers. So I did trial and test this scarf. I took it out on a really wet and horrible day when I went for a walk, and it kept my neck really warm. The only thing I would say is the fat quarters I chose were a bit more of a canvasy and quite structured material, so it will be better with some material that's a little bit softer perhaps. But it's really easy, so give it a go and do some me a comment down below if you tried this or any of my other fat quarter makes. Don't forget to show me some love and hit that thumbs up down below. Make sure you subscribe for more DIY, fun and creative crafty content, and hit that notification bell and you will be notified every time I upload a video. So I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep creative. Bye!